Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, the Frugal Ify. And also, Happy New Year, it's the 1st of January. So excited for 2020. So because it's the 1st of January, I thought I would jump on here and actually do a review of my 2019 and very specifically outline the goals I hope to achieve for 2020. So here you go. One of the most important things I achieved in 2019 was passing the first year of my 3-year MBA program. It started in November 2018 and ended in October 2019. I had to wait until December, so a few weeks ago, to find out if I'd actually passed the year, as my exam was in October. So I found out that not only did I pass, but that I got a really good mark. So I was so proud of myself. I actually did cry when I found out that I'd passed. I was so happy, so relieved, because studying for the exam was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I put in so many hours, so I was so proud of myself, very, very happy. I have now started my second year, so I'm a few months into my second module, which started in November. We had a 2-week break and then we were straight back into studying, so that's going well as well. So back in July, I completed my first corporate charity event. I completed the 3 Peaks Challenge here in the UK. For those of you that don't know anything about it, the 3 Peaks Challenge is a hiking challenge. It covers climbing Ben Nevis, Snowdon and Scafell Pike in Scotland, England and Wales within a 24-hour period. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in 24 hours. It took me 27 hours instead. So it was 16 hours of hiking, and we apportioned 11 hours of actually trying to drive between the 3 locations. I was again incredibly proud of myself. At points I was like, why am I doing this? This hurts, this is scary, but I finished it. We were hiking in the middle of the night, first thing in the morning. We were hiking starving, we were hiking absolutely tired, but physically it was one of the most exhilarating things I've done. I really, really enjoyed it. Although I would never do it again, I recommend it to anybody that wants a challenge and an adventure. And I was proud of myself for the fact that I raised about £450 for Make-A-Wish Foundation, which sponsors children that are ill or terminally ill to actually get a last wish or a really important wish to kind of make their treatment journey a little bit more palatable and just give these little children hope. So in 2019, I was in a privileged position to be able to work with a rough sleepers homeless organisation across the year to help put on a meal every few weeks to try and help people that are either homeless or in vulnerable housing, and just to give homeless people, rough sleepers, some dignity and respect by serving them and just giving them a chance to have a safe space to have conversations, have a nice meal, drink teas and coffees and be served. I find that volunteering and like giving back and actually donating my time and money is really important. It's one of my principles, so it's something that I will be continuing. Definitely happy that I did that. It was definitely one of the most valuable and fulfilling things that I did all year. So between school and the fact that I am a slow reader, I was only able to read 38 books last year. Still happy with that because it was 38 books that I may not have read, all of them particularly interesting. And again, this was across physical books and listening to audiobooks. I know some people are like, oh, audiobooks are not books, you're not really reading. But for me, I find it a really invaluable resource, and I do count it as consuming a book, so add it to my list. Because I love to travel, I was able to visit 5 countries last year. 3 of them I'd never visited before. The 3 were Hungary when I went to Budapest, Luxembourg, visiting Luxembourg City, and Poland, I went to Warsaw. I loved Hungary, I loved Budapest and Warsaw. Luxembourg, not so much. For work, I was in Germany for a few weeks for training, which was interesting. I was in a part of Germany I'd not been to before, which was Wiesbaden and Frankfurt, which were nice to see. And then I did spend 2.5 weeks in Nigeria. Unfortunately, I was there for a burial, so it wasn't a holiday as such, but I still really did enjoy being back in Nigeria. although that trip was bittersweet. I was able to invest £3,600 into my Nutmeg ETF investment account. I'll share more information about that again in a later video series, just to give you a bit more information into my investment strategy, why I use Nutmeg, and how much money I actually have in my portfolio. Connected to investments, I finally purchased my first individual stock. It was a company stock with a company stock matching scheme. So I'm putting in about £150 a month into our company stock program. It gives me about 2 stocks a month. And then I get an £86 match from my organization, which buys me another stock with a bit of surplus. So today I probably have 4 months worth of stocks with this individual stock. I'm not going to tell you who it is because at the moment, I'm not going to tell you who it is because I am keeping my company and like the details of what I do for a living private. So I don't want to share that here on YouTube, or at least not for now. In 2019, I was able to pay off about £3,000 of my homeowner's loan. If you've watched my debt story video, which I should link up somewhere here or down in the description, you'll get the background as to why I have debt, why I took out the homeowner loan and how much it is, and how much I have left to pay. So £3,000 was wiped off that last year. And finally, because you're watching me, I started a YouTube channel. Something that I wasn't sure if I would actually ever do. I wasn't particularly comfortable or confident in putting my voice out there, let alone my face. But I'm really growing into this. I'm so happy that in the last month I actually decided to start, with the support of my family, with my little brother in particular, really just telling me just to do it, that I just needed to be on here and I just needed to be sharing information and giving value because potentially it could be useful. So something that I would not necessarily have seen happening back in January 2019, but I'm really happy that I closed the year out with this YouTube channel because it's the start of a new journey that's going to be taking me into 2020. So very exciting. So what am I hoping to achieve in 2020? Well, the first thing, if you watched my last video, was to complete my low spend challenge. This year is all about saving more money, investing more and paying down debt. And that will all come from getting on top of my spending. Although I'm quite frugal anyway, I'm looking to introduce the low spend challenge to introduce more discipline into my life and kind of just cut out the last excess bits of spending that I know that I don't need to be doing. It will help me cut down on some of my like entertainment budget, cut out some book spending. I have got a bit of a book habit. So those books behind me, they still need to be read. So no more books. Check out my last video for the rules. I will be documenting my journey, so hopefully you'll see my first update video probably at the end of January, beginning of February, just to see how I'm getting on. MBA wise, obviously I want to pass my second year well. I'm currently in my second module. I'm doing dynamics of strategy. My third set of modules should be starting, I believe, in May 2020 and then again in November 2020. So not only do I have to pass the modules, put in my assignments, study and pass my exams, I also have to pay for the modules. So again, going to be cutting down my spending. So I've got the money in my savings account to cover my fees. I'm also hoping to do my second corporate charity event. I've entered the ballot to be picked. I'm not going to share any details right now in case I'm not picked. But once I do it, I will come back and let you know what it was I did, how much money I raised, if I recommend it, and if I enjoyed it, and hopefully if I survived. So more on that later. I still love to travel. And as I said in my low spend rules video, I will still be traveling in 2020. I just need to make sure that I can plan and pay for them out of my monthly salary, not waiting for my credit card to be paid off the next month or even go into my savings account to pay for flights, hotels, etc. I am hoping and planning to visit 5 countries this year. 2 of them will be new countries. Hopefully along the year, I will have more tips and tricks on frugal traveling, things that I've picked up, things I've learned, and I'll come and share those with you. A A couple of the trips are already booked, a few more are still in the planning, so they haven't happened yet. Once I've been on them all, or as I go, you'll definitely find out about them, so just watch this space. A few things from 2019 will continue into 2020. So I'll continue to work with the Rough Sleepers organisation that I've been volunteering with. So I'll be supporting them with putting on a meal every couple of weeks across the year. So I'll be sticking with that. I will also still continue to invest £3,600 into my Nutmeg ETF investment account. That won't change. However, I will look to buy more single stocks, hopefully using free trade. I've downloaded the app at the moment, but I haven't started buying any more individual stocks. I'm hoping to increase my dividend income and kind of grow that to a more significant value than I currently have to date. So as that strategy builds, I'll be sharing some more information with you about how I'm getting on, what I think about the app. If there's anything else, I know that there are other apps available that I've been looking at and may consider. So as that journey develops, I'll definitely be back to share it. Debt-wise, I'm planning to pay off £5,000 of my homeowner's loan debt. The reason why this will be £5,000 and not more is because that is the maximum I'm able to pay off in a 12-month period without being penalised. The nature of the loan and my bank is that if I go over that, and that still does actually include a 10% overpayment, then the bank will penalise me with an early repayment penalty. So I'm going to stick to the £5,000. The way I think it's set up is that if I pay off £5,000 in 2020, £5,000 in 21, at the end of the term of the loan, I will be able to pay off the remainder and clear the loan in 2 years. So that's my planning at the moment. So though I'll only be paying off £5,000, I will be saving additional money that I will be able to use at the end of the term to pay it off anyway. So there'll be money available. It's just that £5,000 will be used to pay down the actual principal on the loan. And because you're still watching me, I will continue to make YouTube videos. I'm only a month into my journey, and that is very, very early days. And I am committed to making one YouTube video at least a week for the next 12 months. So hopefully a minimum of 52 videos. And if I can do more, that is a bonus for me. I'm hoping to use this channel to build in confidence, to develop my voice, and hopefully to grow my community here. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. Please do let me know in the comments what your 2019 achievements were, and give me a review of your year, and let me know what you're hoping to achieve in 2020. Anyway, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you see more of my content. And again, as I said, I hope to be hitting you all with one new video a week at the very least. 2 if I can fit it in, but this study, oof, between that and work, we'll see how we get on. Okay, until next time, thanks, bye.